Hey there, friends and enemies, Chopa here again, and today we got a 20-minute gameplay overview for the Blood of Dawnwalker, and this is one of my most anticipated upcoming games right now. It looks incredible from everything that we've seen so far, and having this much gameplay being shown just kind of indicates the level of confidence I feel like the developers have for this game, and I cannot wait. Let's see what they have in store for us today with the latest gameplay. So Rebel Wolves. Pre-beta version of the game, still in development. Everything is subject to change. Gameplay recorded on PC. All that makes sense. Oh, yeah. If you're getting Witcher vibes from this, a lot of the developers are from the Witcher franchise.
And I'm the design director at Rebel Wolves. I would like to welcome you to the Blood of Dawnwalker summer gameplay video. Our game is a story-driven, open-world dark fantasy RPG set in medieval Europe. The game is currently in pre-beta stage, and what we are going to show you is just a part of one of the mid-game quests. It's a really cool story involving legendary swords and a haunted almshouse, but today we'll focus on showcasing our gameplay systems. We're starting on the outskirts of Spatro, the game's largest city and the capital of Vale Sangora. From here, we could head anywhere the eye can see.
So you can see there's
ancient ruins or
little quest icons, little question marks that are probably going to be locations on the compass. Doesn't look like there's a full map. On the upper right hand side, you can see that there is the quest tracking. So it looks like there's two of them. The Blood of Dawnwalker, I'd imagine, is the main quest, which you have 22 days left. There's going to be a day and night cycle for this game, and it does look like you are on a time crunch, so you might not be able to do everything you're hoping to do with all that time. And then below that is probably the quest that they're currently on, the Monk and the Saint.
Sabotage vampire blood transports. But it's not just about where or when you go. It's also about how you approach the main quest and shape the story, making each playthrough uniquely your own.
Yeah, that sounds great.
For now, we're following the road. Cohen is on his way to the city's cathedral, chasing leads about a powerful weapon said to be hidden in its crypts. But first, we'll have to deal with some bandits who camped out by the main road.
Actual combat, let's go.
Sangora is never boring. The world is dense with quests, random encounters, and locations steeped
I like
in lore.
that. Random
this
encounters
will be a great opportunity to show you our combat system. Our goal was to make the player feel like a real swordmaster who closely observes his enemies.
We got spells.
We'll begin this fight by using acrid dust to stun one of the enemies. Now, when you attack, you choose one of four directions. Up, down, left, or right, in order to hit the opponent
kind of like
unable to parry. And similarly,
Kingdom Come Deliverance.
You have to take note of the enemy's intent and the direction of the attack. On the left side of the screen, just above Cohen's health, you have activation charges that will be filled in with each successful attack, block, and parry. Once they are full, you can use one of the active abilities which allow you to take a more tactical approach to fighting.
It is very gory.
Some acrid dust. And now let's cast Burning Blood. It's a hex which boils the enemy's blood and...
The little animations when you cast a spell or do an ability are pretty sick.
Alright.
Very, very...
Let's use the final
gory combat
charge to cast the artery attack, which actually decapitated the last opponent.
Okay, that was
kind of
insane.
The bandits. So let's loot a few items they've left behind and open the inventory.
That combat is not going to be for everyone from the looks of it, in my opinion, but it does look pretty good to me personally.
And then take a closer look at this cool-looking weapon we just picked up.
The chopper.
It has better stats than our current weapon, so let's equip it right now. We've also leveled up, so let's use this opportunity to spend the newly acquired skill point.
Human perks, shared perks between the human and vampire, and then the Kiri perks, which I believe are the vampire perks. And you can kind of mix and match those, it looks like.
In one of Cohen's skill trees. The skills in the Blood of Dawnwalker are divided into 3 trees. One for human, one for vampire, and one shared between the two.
Gotcha.
We also have an active abilities panel. We can use it to unlock additional abilities to use during combat. Note that during the day, the health bar is not regenerating. You need to find consumables like the one we've just eaten. The hexes we've just used also consume some of Cohen's health.
Oh,
be aware
okay.
of that. The way our magic system works, there's always a price to pay for manipulating reality. But we can make it sting a bit less. Let's level up the Frugal Witchcraft skill, so next time we'll cast a hex, it'll consume fewer of Cohen's health points. Now that we've wrapped up the encounter with the bandits, we can
that trade-off could be interesting.
Inside the city. Right now,
at night
Cohen
it's going to
hasn't
perform
done
differently
enough to
too.
ruffle the vampire lord's feathers, so the gods will just wave us through. But the more damage you cause, the more suspicious and aggressive they'll become. So when you play the game yourself, you'll have to decide whether you want to challenge the vampires openly or lay low until you're ready to strike and surprise them.
Interesting. I like all the choices and options that you seem to have in this game so far.
They're putting in new stained glass. The Knyaz doesn't deny the old faith. Out of my face.
This is the rich district of the city, Silberkreis. There's also Altermarkt, Neustadt, and the Middens. Each of the boroughs
Yeah, I'm
has
gonna
its
have good
own
luck
feel
saying
and
all that.
Get your stinking ass out of here.
Just passing through, I swear. I got tired.
Yo, the NPC dialogue option or dialogue.
Looming high over the
Sounds
city
pretty
is
funny.
Francis's castle, Greifberg. He took it over when
That
he
looks
slaughtered
sick,
the
by the
human
way.
ruler of the valley, Skender, as shown in the trailer we shared with you earlier in January this year. In order to complete the main quest and save your family, you'll have to storm the castle, alone or with help of friendly NPCs. We could
Oh,
do
you
it
can
right
recruit
now
allies?
if
That's
we
sick.
wanted, but it would be super challenging.
Wait, that's sick. So you can do it basically at any time. Speedrunners are about to have a field day with that.
Oh, let me in.
You made a mess, and it's not that kind of inn.
Let's check the map. The cathedral is really close. There's plenty of other places to see and things to do here. A couple of inns, a medic, a blacksmith, an armorer, and other merchants.
Interesting. Standard stuff if you're playing RPGs,
You
but
can
still.
see that not only the vampires came out of the shadows. This creature on the right
What is that?
called an Uriash. Look around, especially at night, and you'll learn humans have lots to fear, not just the vampires.
Oh, I like that. Build that out. Hopefully they include werewolves at some point. I feel like this is potentially
And
setting
here
up
we
a
can see guards
franchise with a
pounding on
lot of
some
different
poor
options
doors.
for sure.
What is it about?
Singing songs that mocked him and the faith.
Who told you this nonsense? Was it Livia?
It's just one of many different community scenes we're implementing in the game. Watch them closely when you play, as they might point you to new quests and hidden treasures,
I like
or
that.
signal changes in the game's world.
Once again, I humbly beg of thee.
I humbly.
Yeah, you can definitely see the Witcher inspirations in this game and how similar it does feel with a lot of the aspects. But I do like the direction they've gone to kind of change it into a story that feels
Okay,
unique.
we are at the cathedral gates.
Man, that looks
Again,
gorgeous.
since Cohen isn't yet wanted by the vampire regime, and it's daytime, we can simply walk inside.
The baptism of a newborn is a solemn moment, doubly so. A new life joins our flock, bringing happiness to its parents and to the congregation. Natus ex sanguine est.
Not with blood, that's crazy.
Alitur sanguine.
Yo,
in sanguine
this guy's haircut is
morientur.
insane.
Ego te baptizo in nomine Dei. Amen. Don't I know you from somewhere, young man? Laslia, maybe.
Yeah, this game looks sick. Oh, you can lie?
I'm sorry, but you must be mistaken.
Am I? Perhaps. Perhaps. My memory isn't what it used to be. Come with me. I'll take your confession.
Thank you, but I have no need for confession.
Ah. So you deem your conscience clear?
This guy looks like an elf.
I wouldn't go that far. But I'm sure you're a busy man, Father. So while I appreciate the offer, I feel that my soul shouldn't be your priority.
I won't press the matter. You are quite correct. I have many other duties to attend to. But please remember that in order to be saved, we all need to repent. Myself included. I hope we can speak again soon. Good day to you, Cohen.
What we saw right here was just one of many cutscenes we recorded for the game, which smoothly transitioned into a dialogue scene.
I like that a lot, by the
We
way.
use cutscenes to highlight key scenes or showcase interesting bits of lore. Like this blood baptism.
Yeah, the
Creepy,
blood baptism
isn't it?
is crazy.
The core feature of the Blood of Dawnwalker is the dual gameplay loop. Remember, Cohen may be a human during the day, but he turns into a vampire at night and has a different set of skills at his disposal. And this is just one variable that affects our quests. Depending on when you tackle a particular quest, what choices you've made earlier, whom you befriended, or whom you've angered, your gameplay and story experience will be very, very different. So
I like that a lot because for me, one of the problems with like single player games at times that are so strictly linear is just the feeling of like playing an adventure that you don't have any control over. And one of the things I love about video games and RPGs specifically is knowing that my actions are going to ultimately affect the outcome. If we have many branching paths, if I can go a darker route or try to be lawful good as often as possible, I think that's pretty sick. We're only about like halfway through this. That's kind of insane. They're showcasing this a lot. Obviously, it's not all combat, which is what a lot of people are looking forward to, but for me, I think this is good details that are obviously necessary for a game like this because you're not going to be fighting the entire time.
each quest is a complex structure with multiple possible paths leading to the end goal. We maximize players' freedom and agency, offering you a narrative sandbox to play in.
Yeah, I like that
I
a lot.
wonder what secrets may be concealed up there, just beyond Cohen's reach. And how do we get there? It's impossible to do during the day, but
At
come
night.
night, it's an entirely different story.
Okay,
Let
that's
us
sick.
explain what we mean by taking our current quest as an example. During the day, we got inside the cathedral without any problems, since it's open for all to see and Cohen doesn't yet stand out from the crowd. The scaffolds, though, are outside of his reach. But climbing them won't be a problem for the vampire, who has many more exploration abilities at his disposal. Bear in mind, Cohen has not completed the quest yet. What's more, there are still a few clues to be found in order to solve this story. It's worth mentioning that narrative
Yo, that
sandbox
skybox
also
is
means
very
that we
pretty.
may completely abandon this quest and follow a different path to defeat Brensis. For today, we're focusing on the gameplay part, so let's see how we could tackle this particular quest during the night. We're starting right after dusk as a vampire on the rooftops of Svatro. Right now,
See
we
on the
have
upper
22
right hand
days
side
left
the
to complete this
level
goal.
of
This counter
Nice.
is always displayed and you will be warned each time it's pushed forward. So you have to be aware of the time, and it's more of a resource you will be spending than a racing clock.
Okay, that's fair.
As a vampire, you'll see and experience the world from a different perspective. You can travel quickly and easily access places beyond the reach of regular humans. Let us show you what we mean. This is Shadow Step, a unique
that's
vampiric
sick.
ability allowing Cohen to jump to almost any place within his reach. Now, let's take a good look around using the focus mode.
Is that blood? Yeah.
This ability highlights objects of interest and loot. And there is something right here. This time it's just some items to grab, but on other occasions, who knows, you might come across a hidden quest. Looks like our health is quite low. This is because, as a vampire, your health bar also represents your hunger level, and you start each night thirsting for blood. Remember, you have to quench this appetite in order to make full use of your vampire abilities, and rein in your monstrous nature around NPCs. Otherwise, you may end up draining someone important, which may lead to unpredictable consequences. We'd better feed them.
So
Maybe on
imagine a playthrough where you're resisting the thirst for blood as often as possible, and then like you just eventually just start causing a bunch of havoc with some of the quests because you murk people on accident. That's so interesting to me, and I feel like the role-playing potential is outside of what you see in a lot of other games.
on someone who is standing all alone, like this drunkard. Let's grab him and use Voracious Bite ability. Unless you lose control due to hunger, you get to decide how much blood to drink. You can drain just a bit and knock your victim unconscious, or go all the way and kill them. And if you're adamant you don't want to hurt innocent humans, you can drink from animals and some other creatures.
Interesting. I would imagine the
Finally,
animals is
we
not going
are
to be
at the
as
cathedral, but it seems to be closed
advantageous.
for the night, and the entrance gate is
Oh, you
well
see an
guarded.
open window?
Let's find another way in. Shadow Step is not the only vampiric ability you're gonna learn during your playthrough. Cohen can also use Plane Shift to scale walls and even ceilings smoothly.
Doing that in front of people is
This
kind of
will
crazy.
allow us to explore every nook and cranny of the cathedral.
That's super sick. I love this as an idea to like change the way the game plays from day to night.
To blood.
Better be quiet.
You shall become Kenya's prince.
Is that Boyer's Xanthe? What the hell is she doing here? What is she doing? Is that a ritual for the blood gods?
Become your new family. You shall want for nothing. You
They're covering up the old paintings.
only
Why?
duty shall remain.
One of the workers must have left it. Seems that the cathedral complex is quite big. The main building, cloisters, inner courtyard. The entrance to the crypt could be anywhere. Won't get anything done just standing around. Still,
This was a scene
It's not
investigation, a mechanic we used to zoom in on and showcase key clues. This time we had a chance to learn more about the vampire's plan.
Yeah, this is sick. I'm
Looks
locked
like
in.
they're keen to cover up the old frescoes, so that's something we could take a look at. This way we could learn more about the cathedral's past.
Blood to blood. You shall
Looks like we aren't alone here. Underneath us there's a group of blood guards, soldiers hooked up on vampire blood, which makes them stronger. And one of Brances's vampire allies. It's Xanthe, the oldest vampire in Vale Sangora, and quite a powerful lady. Let's descend and check what's going on.
What if we could fight her?
Don't think I don't see you skulking in the
Yeah.
shadows. Come out. You're interfering with my task. Who are you?
It doesn't matter.
Very well. I don't have time for interruptions.
Ooh, are
Let
we
us
fighting
dispose
the
of
Blood
this.
Guard?
Quickly. You've withstood it. Fascinating.
Cohen is using his claws to attack when in vampire form. Blood Guards are dual-wielding opponents. Their attacks are pretty strong. Of course, even when fighting with claws, combat is still directional. Don't worry,
That's
Cohen
sick.
can still use his sword as a vampire.
You haven't lived long.
The teleporting is a great addition to a vampire.
Only after defeating all three of the Blood Guards, Xanthi deems Cohen worthy of a challenge, and she descends to face him. She uses her blood control powers to cast a multitude of attacks, like her blood whips, that hit Cohen from left and right. Xanthi is protected by a powerful vampire ability. Once her stamina runs out, Cohen will have an opportunity to strike and deal some damage. But be careful, cause Xanthi is quick to counterattack and she will also try to restore her blood. Meanwhile, look at the indicator just below her health and stamina. It's a timer for the boiling blood skill that you've seen in the CGI trailer. So if
interesting.
we don't hurry, the timer goes down to 0 and Cohen will eventually explode.
That's
And we're dead.
tough.
Remember, we were only mid-game here, and Xanthi is one of the game's most punishing enemies. Defeating her right here and right now is very much possible, but it would be hellishly difficult. A fun challenge for hardcore players.
I think that's a fantastic
Otherwise,
idea.
we could load the game and explore the cathedral without
Coming
drawing her
2026.
attention. Or try to get to her while she's not surrounded by bodyguards. Xanthi, like all other vampire allies, has her own questline. Explore it, and you can learn more about her past,
Yeah, that's super
motivations,
sick.
and maybe even try to reason with her. What you do is entirely up to you. Remember, our design principle is the narrative sandbox. There is no difference between main quests and side quests. There's just different stories that you weave together into your own unique adventure.
I
But that's
cannot
coming
tell
in
you how much I
2026.
love that.
For now, I'd like to thank you for joining me on this gameplay video presentation. We've just shown you a tiny glimpse of the Blood of Dawnwalker. There's definitely more to come in the coming months, so stay tuned for any updates being posted on our social media profiles. Goodbye.
Yeah, so let's do a quick recap. Day-night cycle sounds insane as far as like different ways to approach the game. The fact that you can recruit NPCs to your side, I think, is really sick, and hopefully some of their quest lines are worthwhile. Every playthrough will feel unique, it seems like. I don't know how many branching paths there actually will be with the ultimate outcome of the story, but getting there, the journey is going to be the important part. They confirmed the release window of 2026. I think that's good. This is so in 2025 we have Crimson Desert, and now in 2026 we have the Blood of Dawnwalker as these massive action RPG type of games, very Witcher-esque, and I think that's fantastic because I do feel like this is a genre that's hard to do because of how much quality you need. You need obviously all these locations. You need interactive world. You need interesting narrative. There's so much there that needs to be done, And for me, I feel like so far from what we've seen, the game absolutely nails it. Now, I do feel like looking at the combat, it's not going to be for everybody, especially the more directionally focused. The trade-offs in doing your magic and using your abilities is also something that, again, is not going to be for everybody, but I think it's very, very interesting looking, and I cannot wait to get hands on. I'm really hopeful that this launches early in 2026, but I wouldn't be surprised, especially knowing that GTA 6 launches fairly early in 2026, if this doesn't drop sometime in the fall. Either way, though, I will be there to play this game no matter what. It looks incredibly interesting to me, and I am very, very excited. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Like the video as always, comment, subscribe. Have a good one, and I'll catch you all later.